Hello again, amigos, and you are my amigos. It's Beer. Now, this is your Summerslam Night 1 review. This for me was a bit of a hot and cold show. Show started well, but then there were a few things I liked, a few things that I did not like. We are going to go through this together. If you are new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. All right, show starts. I don't go for the pre-show, by the way. I do not care. If I'm a bit late with my reviews as well, I work, so I don't have a lot of time. Show starts. Liv Morgan and Io Sky for the Women's World Championship. Io comes up first. She looks great as usual. And when Liv Morgan comes out with that garbage theme song, I mute my television. It is one of the worst themes I've ever seen. Anyway, starts. Morgan is defending. She goes off to start, only to be knocked into the ropes. Sky drop kicks her out on the floor, where she uses green shirt guy, who was with Chris Van Vliet, by the way. So we spotted you, Chris. Don't you worry. To get onto the barricade because she's very small, bless her heart. Dives into Liv. Both back into the ring. As Morgan goes after the banged up ribs to take over, setting up the three amigos. Liv hits an enziguri for a 2 count. Io gets back up and hits right back with a flat chop. Missile dropkick has Morgan in trouble, and Sky sunset bombs her out to the floor. This was sick, by the way. This is what Io's best in the fucking world right now. We got the usual Judgment Day shenanigans for a distraction to shove Sky off the top rope for another 2 count. Io gets back up and sends Morgan to the outside. A moonsault to the floor takes out Raquel and Roxanne, and Liv kicks her out into the kicks it back inside. Liv goes for the Oblivion after Sky catches her with the Spanish Fly from the top rope and for another 2 count. Oblivion is broke up. Sky face plants for a 2 count. And Io hits her own Oblivion. Io hits the Oblivion better than Liv. I don't give a fuck what people say. Sue me. Don't care. Io goes for the over the moonsault and misses, with Io banging up her ankle. Liv hits a middle rope code breaker for a 2 count. Head to the apron with Sky hitting a German suplex, setting up the bullet train attack against the post. Again, Io really, I think she did a little bit of damage to her ankle in this match. I don't know whether it might just be, story-related injury, but I don't know. This match was very good. Io then goes for the over the moonsault again and misses. Liv hits back-to-back Oblivions, even though the first one looked like it was blocked, and Liv retains. I like the match. I thought the match was very, very good, but it would have been a bit embarrassing for Liv to drop the belt in her first match, even though I was praying for Io to win. Io carried the whole match. Liv's terrible. I don't give a fuck what people say. Liv Morgan is terrible. Most of her matches, she gets carried. So I'm glad this match went longer than the match at WrestleMania with Stephanie Vergara. Anyway, I digress. We get 4 great legends in the crowd after a commercial break. Z Mark Henry, Sean Weltman, X-Pac, looks great, by the way. Dan Spivey, and the guy that never ages in Jimmy Hart. Guy never freaking ages, man. Fucking love Jimmy Hart. Next up, Usos and Jacob Fatu against Powerhouse. Even though he's Hobbs to me, I can't contend to calling him Royce Keys. LA Knight and Solo Sikoa. Usos come out first and gets the Gears of War inspired entrance. This was neat, by the way. I am a Gears of War guy, and which is pretty neat. And then Keys comes out first. then Solo, and then LA Knight. They both run in to start fast. Sikoa's hammering on Jay, especially get things going. And Solo then did the run it back shit and did the yeet thing. Even though I hate yeet, but Solo Sikoa as a babyface is fucking great. Keep him as a babyface. Solo is fucking over right now. Fatu comes in to hammer Sikoa and then hits the running Umaga attack for a 2 count to get a 2 count. Solo punches his way to freedom and hits a double clothesline to leave both of them down. Hobbs gets the tag and starts to beat up Jimmy, including the spinebuster. Jimmy finally gets in the shot to the head and goes up. Hobbs hits a super fallaway slam from the top rope. And Jay comes in to spear Knight for a 2 count. Jay Uso's got the worst spear in wrestling. I don't give a fuck what people say. And then Knight runs into the corner and gets back up and hits the superplex. This part I loved throughout the whole match. You had Hobbs power slamming Fatu into the timekeeper's area. This part was sick. Jay again spears LA Knight, and Jimmy hits a superplex splash for a 2 count. Sikoa gets back up to give the Samoan spike to Jimmy. LA Knight hits the BFT on Jay and gets the win. Jey Uso, for me, is one of the worst sellers in wrestling. Knight hit the BFT, and Jimmy fell on his head, not on his face. We looked a bit of a dumbass. After the match, Solo wanted to give a hug to LA Knight. Turns out that they did in the end, so keep Solo as a babyface, for the love of God. Next match. Nick Aldis' first match in 3 years against Gunther. Gunther comes out, the rapturous of boos, and Nick Aldis comes out to Morning Glory by Oasis. I fucking marked at this. Fucking loved it. So it was pretty cool. I was worried that we were going to get genetic slop from Death Rebel, or we were going to get God Save the King as NWA theme, which I'd have been fine with his NWA theme. But Morning Glory, hey, say no more, because I am a fan of Oasis, and I am glad we didn't get no AI shit. Anyway, even though Wade Barrett lost it, so all good shit. So, match starts. Gunther backs him up against the ropes and takes over. Rolls out of the ring for a celebration on the announce table. Gunther gets back inside and gets suplexed for a reaction from the fans. Aldis goes for the Kingsland Cloverleaf, which is broken up as Gunther chops him out to the floor. We see the absolute beautiful Mickie James. That is Nick Aldis' wife. Mickie James is fucking incredible for her age, man. She looks so cool. Gunther even asks, "Who are you?" Mickie James is one of the all-time greats. Come on, Gunther. You're fucking better than that, man. And also, Nick Aldis' son was in the crowd. Gunther then hits another chop. Aldis goes for a chop, doesn't do as good as Gunther sends him out to the corner. Aldis gets a backbreaker, tries to fail, and tries again, goes for the Kingsleaf Cloverleaf. Gunther whacks in a sleeper, is broken up to the buckle, and Aldis hits a beautiful suplex. Aldis was fucking getting over his fuck. They were chanting that you still got it. Probably some nerds probably have never seen Nick Aldis wrestle before. I've met him, I've watched him in Impact, and I've also seen a lot of his matches in the NWA. He also faced Cody at the All In show. Remember? The biggest independent show ever. Go and watch some of his matches. Aldis is fucking underrated. Aldis goes for an elbow drop into the back, set up a Kingsland Cloverleaf again. Gunther then makes the ropes. Gunther gets up and goes for the sleeper hold. Aldis breaks it up. Gunther then hits the powerbomb into another sleeper, and Aldis taps out. It's 11 minutes, and Nick Aldis looked fucking great, by the way. I was a bit nervous, but Nick looked great. If Nigel McGuinness can look fucking incredible for his age, Nick Aldis looked good. So I'm happy for Nick. He's finally had his match in WWE. After the show went off the air, I'll get to this now. Aldis put in his resignation, and Triple H said he is reinstated as general manager, but I wouldn't mind Aldis wrestling again. Please. I thought Aldis looked fucking tremendous. After the match, Gunther does leave the ring, and Mickie James and Nick Aldis' son get into the ring to celebrate with him. Awesome moment. I loved it for Nick Aldis, so I'm really happy for him. Next up, a match that had no reason to be on the show, even though I loved 4 out of the 6. Bella Twins and Paige against Fatal Influence. Why did this match need to be on the show? Well, you could have had Tiffany Stratton against Mariah May. I digress. That starts. Brie and Henley. Brie got injured, by the way. So, I gotta say to you, how can you be the wife of Bryan Danielson and Nikki Bella was the ex-fiance of John Cena, and you still both suck? Anyway, I digress. I'll piss off the Bella army. Brie takes over with the Russian leg sweep, and she hits the yes kicks. No, Brie, they're not cheering for you. They're cheering for Bryan. Let me just remind you that. They both go to the outside. JC hits a running cannonball on Brie, and it looked like Brie got injured during the match. So, I don't know whether it was a bad injury, but apparently she went to hospital after the match. Anyway, it's all good. Fatal Influence do their pose. Oh, man, they look so good. I fucking love Fatal Influence. Back into the ring. Lenny grabs a chin lock, but is a very clever gal by cutting off Paige to prevent the tag. And finally get a tag, tags Nikki in, try and get the spotlight as usual to take over on Laney. Rack Attack is broken up as Paige cannonballs onto Fallon. Fallon actually broke the internet, by the way. Let me just say before I carry on. Fallon Henley broke the internet. She did the Nikki Bella ass shake better than Nikki Bella. Let me just go for that again. Fallon Henley did the ass shake better than Nikki Bella. Fucking love Fallon Henley. I've loved her since NXT, so good shit. Jane gets the tag, comes in for the save as Brie Dexter. Right around, does look like it was like shit. Henley pulls Brie to the floor, leaving Laney to give Nikki a shot to the face. Jane hits the rolling encore on Paige and gets a 3 count. No reason to be on the show. We missed out on Tiffany Stratton against Mariah May for this match. After the match, the inevitable was going to happen with the Bellas turning on Paige. And Nikki said to the camera, the lesson is to never take her spot. So you picked Paige to wrestle in the tag match. We could have had the Kabuki Warriors in the match instead before fucking WWE stupidly released Kairi Sane. Anyway, I digress. All I can just say is, let's just get the match over and done with. Let's just get AJ Lee and Paige against the Bella Twins. Let's just get it over and done with, and then move Paige to Raw. Anyway, WWE title match. CM Punk to defend against Cody Rhodes. We get a Genesis type screen to start with of players selecting for Street Fighter. You have Cody and then Punk. This was cool, by the way. Then you have Cody. They have Gil's theme playing, and Cody comes out with the helmet and had Gil's hair. This was neat, by the way. Then Punk comes out, and sporting a Minnesota North Stars jacket. So I like the entrances, but I gotta admit to you, I was not a fan of this match. I thought the match was slow, and I thought it was a bit boring at times. So they start chopping it out, and Punk knocks him to the corner. Rhodes suddenly favoring his arm. Punk immediately slaps onto the hammerlock, which is reversed into a headlock. Gets broken up as Cody sends him to the corner. Rhodes takes a moment, sends him to the outside, though the arm is still bothering him. Punk gets on a clothesline off the barricade and drops an axe handle to the arm back inside. Another shot drops Cody again, and Punk then favors his knee. That looked nasty. So Cody, I don't know whether Punk's got a bad injury, but Punk did look fine at the end. Running Bulldog out of the corner is blocked as Cody gets in the shin breaker to start working on the leg. Cody then hits the dragon screw leg whip, and it's time to stomp away. Half crab is blocked. Punk aimed for the GTS but missed. Punk then Cam broke up a disaster cut by kicking him out the air, and they're both down. Cody goes for the Cody car and goes for the Super Cody car, and then hits in a figure four after a series of near falls. Too many near falls for me in this match. As Cody goes for the figure four, Punk turns it over, and Cody reaches the ropes. Punk then pulls him over for the Anaconda Vice with Cody breaking free. Both men up. Cody tries to swing an Alabama Slam. Punk pulls him into the corner again and hits another Anaconda Vice. Cody gets up and grabs for a crossroads for a 2 count. Punk then goes up and hits maybe one of the worst moonsaults I've ever seen. It's either he's paying tribute to the late Terry Funk or Punk never do a moonsault again. If it's tributes of Terry Funk, fair enough. But never ever do a moonsault again. Punk hits a GTS, then he favors his knee again. Cody kicks out at 2. They head outside with the announce table being loaded up. Punk puts Cody onto the table and hits an elbow drop off the top, but Cody moves out of the way. Punk landed hard on his leg, by the way, and that looked fucking nasty. This is where the match was really, really, really getting in. I was getting into it by then because the match was so fucking slow and it was boring at one point. Cody then throws him back in the ring, goes for the Cody cutter, and hits the referee. Poor baby Nate, he took a pounding. Punk goes for another GTS, misses, put into the crossroads. Both men down. The return of Randy Orton at last. Show needs him. We miss Randy. I love Randy Orton. I missed him too much. And he hits Cody with an RKO. Punk probably didn't have a clue what happened. He gets back and hits GTS to retain. Nearly 30 minutes. I didn't like the start, but I got into the ending. There was talks about Orton coming back soon. I think the plan would be, what I go with is Cody and Orton in a probably whatever the next pay-per-view is. I don't know. And then you're going to have Punk against Balor or Sami Zayn. And hopefully, because I'm recording this on the Sunday, because we got Summerslam Night 2 this evening, Kevin Owens. Please come back tonight, KO. We miss you. Anyway, he was actually seen at the Autograph Fest with pissing off Dominic Mysterio. KO, please, we miss you. Main event. Hell in a Cell. Femi against Brock Lesnar. Now, I said to the Max chat, if we don't get no blood, no cage doors broke, no walls broke, I'll be fucking disappointed. Then Oba comes out first. Then Brock comes out. Alicia Taylor announces Oba. Paul Heyman, as usual, does announcements to Brock. Femi starts off with some uppercuts, send Lesnar into the corner. Brock then fights back and hits some German suplexes. Femi shrugs it off and clotheslines Brock to the outside. Suplex drops Lesnar onto the floor, and Femi then sends him into the stairs. Brock then fights back and hits and gets the steel stairs. And holy shit, some of the shots to Oba Femi's head was fucking nuts. The third one, what a fucking sell, man. Oba is so damn good. Lesnar hits another hard shot. This one's with the chair. Gets Oba down. Brock suplexes him onto the chairs. Oba escapes an F5 and hits a chokeslam. Brock goes for another one, and Oba gets another chokeslam. Hits the powerbomb. This is a solid mini fall from Grace, and Brock gets up and does an Undertaker type setup, so paying tribute to Old Booger Red. Hits an F5, but Oba then pops up. This is what annoyed me about this match. There was too many just getting up like that. Not many selling. I did not like this. It's pro wrestling. Need to sell some shit. Brock does it again with Oba again getting up and hits a third F5 and gets a 2 count. Brock rips up the mat and exposes the boards. Hits a tombstone on the wood. And he does the tongue when he goes for the 1-2. Femi kicks out at 2. Oba then gets up and punches the chair out of Brock's hands. And I was like, holy shit, this guy's a beast. Oba hits the fall from Grace and gets the 3. Why was this a Hell in a Cell match? So in some cases that you have actually ruined the context of a Hell in a Cell match. There was no need for a Hell in a Cell match if you are going to ruin the mystique and the aura of a Hell in a Cell match. I never wanted to see another Hell in a Cell match ever again after 2019. I did not care. But then you continuously did it until, in a way that you've literally shoved it into the face of Mick Foley, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, who have been in Hell in a Cell matches. You did not need this match to be Hell in a Cell. If it was a street fight, I'd have been cool with it. Anyway, I digress. So Hell in a Cell has been ruined. 11-minute Hell in a Cell match. Hated it. Who remembers Rollins and Wyatt? God rest Bray's soul. And then we had Braun and Roman the year before. Hell in a Cell is dead to me. I don't care. Hell in a Cell is dead. Cell gets raised and Brock leaves. And Brock comes back into the ring as Oba does his traditional pose. Brock grabs the mic and offers and congratulates Oba and calls him the future. And Brock is the past. I don't think Brock is retiring yet. I think the plan would be for Brock to wrestle at WrestleMania because the story still remains. It's like Paul Heyman still owes Gunther a favor. Remember at WrestleMania when Gunther beat Rollins? So I think what will be if Brock supposedly retired, then we may have Brock and Gunther at WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. Even though this is a WrestleMania I do not care about. I would go 5 out of 10. The only things I liked Liv and Io, even though Io carried the fucking match. 6-man tag I thought was good. Nick Aldis looked fucking great. I love the fact Randy Orton came back, and also I love Fallon Henley breaking the internet. That's all I'll tell you. All right, that's night 1 done. AEW Redemption is also coming up coming up. I will also. I'm not reviewing Raw. I had to hold back from reviewing Raw. I will not be reviewing SmackDown because I'll fucking lose it. Check out Extra Match where I was on yesterday as I addressed the state of the women's division after what happened to poor Julia. Dynamite coming up as well. AEW's on its way as well. And night 2 will be coming tomorrow as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button and tally ho. Love you all.